I'm the scat man. Yo, do, do, do. Skimmy, dimmy, ding, yo, do, do, do. Yo, do, do, ba, 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 bee, ba, 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 do. Ba, 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 do. Wee, ba, 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 ba.
Hey, Wednesday's here. Welcome to NHL Puck Props presented by Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo. I got murdered last night on the ice, so happy you're here to give me some good vibes. Happy Wednesday, pal.
Happy hump day, because you got humped last night.
Don't ever say that to me again. That was so weird. Yeah. Oh, good to see the pumpers there in the comments. Happy always Wednesday. Before we get going, hit that like button, share. And we did talk about the hype button. You cannot hype a live video on YouTube. So if you're watching this later, hit the hype button in the docs. Dumb Ducks can't even score 2 goals. Let's start there, because what I've seen this year and my biggest storyline is Anaheim, San Jose, and Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great for hockey, period.
Yeah.
And I
all
also
young
have
stars starting to blossom.
Yes, I have some investments that all 3 of those teams make the playoffs.
What was the wager that me and you put in together?
I'll look it up. It is a good one for 20 grand.
Yeah,
close to it. Eichel's in there, but Eichel's and Vegas have cooled off. Of Anaheim, San Jose, and Chicago, who is the biggest surprise to you so far going into, what are we, like week 5, week 6 of the NHL season?
Yeah, it's definitely Chicago to me. Only because even San Jose with Celebrini last year, like they found themselves in a lot of high scoring games, and they've carried that over into this year, especially with the season Celebrini's having. And they play in a weaker sort of Pacific division. You got Calgary, you got Vancouver, Seattle's in there. But what Chicago is doing in a central division, I know they got a new coach, and I'm a big fan of Jeff Blashill. I had a small cup of coffee with him in my time in Detroit. I think he's a really good coach, and I think he's made a really important impact there. But just look at the talent around Bedard. I still didn't see any promise that would allow them to be this good at this moment. With San Jose, I mean, like they got some nice pieces. Will Smith, Sam Dickinson, they bring in Klingberg, they bring in Orlov on defense, Skinner, Toffoli. Like they've got some good complementary pieces. I didn't see that in Chicago. And Anaheim, to me, I was beginning of the year, I told you, said Anaheim's a surprise team to win that division with Joel Quenneville coming in. So Chicago definitely for me is the surprise team.
Here's our ticket. Now, I have a problem right now, like betting future tickets, correlated future tickets, like every morning. I don't know. I send them to your partner, AK, and he's like, you have to stop. And I will not stop. Igor Shesterkin. Okay. Matthew Schaefer. Cale Makar-Norris. Marty St. Louis. Jack Adams. So all right there, you're still hyper competitive. And then Jack Eichel for the Art Ross. So Vegas has to get going, but it's still there. $18 pays $20K.
That was mine and yours?
Yeah. We each have one.
Shesterkin, Vezina, Makar, Norris.
That's locked up.
Schaefer, Calder, and St. Louis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jack Eichel for
that one's probably going to let us down.
And okay, so I'll get right to it there. Before we get to the bets, I do want to look at market, all these odds coming from Bet99. Let's take a look at it and see where you can get, because we're at that point of the year where the books are starting to move. They didn't want to move as much. They don't want to overreact, but now it's time to overreact. The Hart is a tough one, right? Like, I don't know. The voting's tough for the Hart because it's kind of subjective, right? We can say that, where like the Art Ross is, here's your number, here you go, kind of easier. So I kind of leave the Hart away. The Vezina Trophy, Hellebuck is a betting favorite. He's kind of tied with Shesterkin, but Logan Thompson, I think, at plus 440 should be the betting favorite. And we saw it again last night. But the outside guys, Lucas Dostal at 15-1 and Spencer Knight, my guy, who I was getting laughed off the board for taking him at 75-1. And the only reason Chicago's winning, outside of Bedard, obviously, but where do you see the Vezina shaping up quickly in a few words?
I mean, it's really tricky because, I mean, Thompson's putting up great numbers, but do we look at Thompson and still believe he's a Vezina caliber goaltender?
But it's just 1 year, right? Like
I know, no, you're absolutely right. I know it's just 1 year. If I had to make a decision right now, I'd probably still lean Hellebuck. Just because Winnipeg's still there and they're in the mix. I mean, do we believe Wedgwood is going to continue this type of season for the Avalanche?
No.
Ottinger doesn't really fit the mold of Vezina caliber goaltender. Dostal, maybe. Like Thompson did it with these numbers last year. It's all going to be about who gets hot through this middle stretch of the season that runs away with it. Because look at what Ottawa's doing. Ottawa without Brady Tkachuk has had to rely on winning close, low-scoring games. Does Allmark put himself in that conversation?
75-1. Jet Greaves is another guy who scares me at 50-1. Anthony Stolars is ahead of Sergei Bobrovsky, Joey Daccord, Jet Greaves, and Philip Gustafsson, which just shows you how interesting they move. So speaking of how they move, Austin Matthews is still the number 3 betting favorite to win the Rocket, by the way.
Why?
I know, exactly. I think it's just going to be really tough to beat Nate, who's putting up multi-points every game. Mm-hmm. But I think my favorite one here is Quenneville at the betting favorite at plus 600. Or do you go off the board? You go Jeff Blashill at 25-1 or Warsofsky at 22-1. He was 49-1 last night.
Right.
If all 3 of those guys make the playoffs, which coach do you think deserves, and they all get nominated, which of those 3 coaches do you think deserves coach of the year?
So who was the first coach?
The Chicago, Anaheim, and San Jose.
It's Joe Quenneville.
Really?
I mean, if the Anaheim Ducks win the Pacific Division, yeah, it's Joe Quenneville.
No, let's say they don't. Let's say they all make the postseason, but none win a division.
If they all make the postseason,
yeah.
I mean, God, that's going to be
that's tough, right?
Very difficult race. I mean, all 3 of them have the potential
for sure.
You can make a case for Blashill. You can make a case for Warsofsky. I mean, the case is made for Quenneville. I mean, his resume speaks for himself. But
yeah, but taking San Jose or Chicago to the playoffs is deserving.
Of course, 100%. And they should probably split it.
Yeah, Hellebuck hasn't been helped by his defense, says Perez. Yes, Winnipeg has some of the worst expected metrics, which is very surprising. Let's get to the board here today. 4-game slate. And as I get through this, looking at some numbers in terms of how things are shaping out in the NHL. Overs hitting at 53%. Favorites hitting at just like 53% as well, I believe. I think overs 54%. Favorites 53%. Ties right now. I don't know if you've been watching ties. Ties are hitting at 31%.
Are ties considered games that go to overtime?
Correct. Yes. Games that just after 60 minutes are even. 31% being priced at 25%. Decent expected value. And today is a tie day.
Yeah,
today
is
like
it, eh?
Like if you knew some of the bets I was putting in that I don't post because like they're probably not expected.
So wait a minute, you do more than what you just posted?
Oh God, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you're unbelievable.
Yeah. Way more. Like already this morning, I just put in a round robin of every game to finish 2-2, bet at 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
And I can't be out there telling people to bet that. Don't bet that. That is not financial advice.
You're just a lunatic.
Yeah, sure. I'm a lunatic with a great mustache.
Great mustache.
Rangers, Bolts, let's go. Rangers away from home. They finally won at home. We're taking the Rangers on the money line at plus 125, one of the best road teams, 833 point percentage, number one in hockey, 1.89 goals against. You obviously get a dog here. You get a great goaltender, hopefully, if Shesterkin is in. Tampa Bay at home has been a 500 team with a neutral goal differential, waiting on some Gabe Perreault point markets, skated top line, played just 14 minutes, though, so I probably need plus 120 or better. Tampa Bay 7-1 straight up in their last game, but they have some issues because Hedman is dealing with an undisclosed injury. So we keep an eye out on that. And Taylor Radish would be the guy jumping up to PP1 in that spot, but he doesn't have many markets. Rangers got that proverbial monkey off their back with that win at home. Are they a good team to buy right now? Or you still hate them?
I mean, no, I don't hate them. It's just, it's hard to fall. I'm not going to say fall in love, fall in like with that lineup outside of their top six, right? I mean, nothing scares me. If I'm an opponent, nothing scares me on that Rangers lineup other than Shesterkin.
Yeah.
So if you're asking if I'm buying them, I'm buying them in the sense that they have one of the best goaltenders in the league that hasn't played like the best goaltender in the league. And if he does, yeah, he can help them come out of this and definitely lead them to some sort of charge.
Jonathan Davis pointing out Ollie Bjorkstrand still on that top power play. Interesting to see if they work on it today. Usually work on it the day of the game, correct?
Yeah, if there's a morning skate. Yeah.
Trocheck, Panarin laugh back together, so that's good. Yes, I think Gabe Perreault kind of helps out those lines a little more. Anthony Cirelli, I don't know if he's out. He was back at practice, I believe. He missed the Saturday game, and I think Tampa Bay's been off for quite some time. Cirelli missed the last game. I'm not sure if he'll go today. I think he was at Tuesday's practice. That's all I got for that. Vazzy has just 7 wins in 17 games versus the Rangers. But back to the tie thing, like, could you not see this being like another 2-2 game? Like, this seems like a 2-2 battle. The two Russians going at it in net. I don't know. This seems like
for sure.
2-2 game.
For sure.
Value on the dog.
Either way.
2-2 game. 2-2.
Did you put a tie in a round robin, like any tie, or did you go strictly 2-2?
I started with the ties, and then when you're looking at a round robin,
you'd hate to fight beyond, like, the last leg would be 1-1 or 3-3.
No, I'll go to the ties eventually here, but
okay.
So the strategy with the round robin, when you have 4 teams, you kind of want like 7-1 minimum or 8-1 minimum if you're going to go the doubles, the triples, and the 4.
Yeah, because then if 2 hit, you at least make a little bit of money.
If the 2 hit, you're making good money at that number. But when you have just the tie, which is like plus 300, plus 350, you hit just 2, it kind of evens out. So you're then you have to go 3, which is tough.
Right.
But then you can go bigger because it's only 4 bets. So that's where I am with that. The balance. Those are the things that Uncle Josh has to balance during the day while people are talking to him. Should I put the 4 teams in a tie in a 3x or a 2x? Edmonton, Philadelphia. Here's another tie coming. Edmonton minus 135. Edmonton, Philly plus 115. Over under sitting at 6. This tie plus 310. That's in the books. That's an official play. And then I don't know what I'm doing with this power play. So right now I'm going to split them up. York power play point plus 600 half unit. Drysdale power play point plus 600.5 units. You can wait to see if this is how Philadelphia runs their power play units today. I think Tyson Forrester's back, so that's going to mix things up. I think he could go back with the Brink Cates Forrester line, which is always great. But this is also a Philadelphia team that doesn't really have like a really strong power play one that plays 90 seconds. So there's a chance that both these get hit. And this number, plus 600 for any guy who's potential power play one, is something I will play every game.
Right.
But doesn't this line worry you a little if you're an Edmonton fan?
Only minus 30 favorite on the road?
Yeah, versus a not great Philadelphia team. And let's be honest, I was thinking of you after that 9-1 absolute drubbing that Colorado gave Edmonton on Saturday night. And then what does Edmonton do? I'm like, this is the best performance you'll get at Edmonton all year. They down 3-1 going into the third period.
Against a team that had an illness going through the room. And
Like
they needed a shorthanded goal. And they needed
deflected.
a shorthanded goal with less than a minute left to tie it.
And they get the Connor McDavid spinorama backhand goal.
Oh, my goodness.
Like those goals don't usually go in.
Wow.
So where are you on your thoughts with Edmonton? Because they're a team that, I mean, if you're around Leafland media like Carlo and I are, everyone's on them. They're like not making the playoffs. Edmonton's got to be facing the exact same thing, and maybe their expectations were higher.
Big time higher. Absolute big time higher. I would not be putting any faith in betting into Edmonton right now. If anything, you can get really good value betting against them because they just don't seem to be clicking. And people will say, you know, after that 9-1 loss and then after having that comeback win in the fashion that they did, that maybe that would be the turning point of them, or that would be a time in the season that springboarded them and woke them up. If you're Edmonton, that's what you're trying to convince yourself of, but I'm not convinced.
Yeah, Connor McDavid can only do so much, and he's had to take over games, and he did versus Columbus. Interesting that they've lost. They've been playing a lot of overtime games. I think they've played, I got it down here, Edmonton OT in 5 of their last 8, Philly OT 4 of their last 8. Interesting spot there. And Edmonton is 4-13 against the spread, being a favorite in most of these games. 1 regulation win in their last 9 games. No Hyman, no RNH. It was a team that didn't have a lot of depth that's getting exposed.
Yeah.
Don't like them. And not good in net.
No, definitely. I wouldn't say not good in net, not confident in net.
Yeah, Toronto
Maybe it means the same thing.
Right? Is there a world where I'm really trying to will this into existence? Chicago, Anaheim, Chicago, maybe even like Seattle all make the playoffs and Edmonton doesn't?
Would any of that surprise you or anybody else in the world of the National Hockey League this year, considering all the parity we've seen so far early on this season?
Great. I love it. I
think
love
the element of surprise is good. And maybe the element of surprise actually creates that transition period that these teams have been waiting for, that have been, sacrificing and developing for so many years, and now it's finally their turn to take off. Imagine this. Imagine if there's a handful of teams that actually do that and make it, and one of them is not Buffalo. Oh man.
We'll get to Buffalo. Jesus.
All right, get to them. They're our next game. Let's go.
They are the next game. But yes, so the Drysdale, Zagreus, Brink, Cates, Tippett power play unit played 75% of the time in the Phillies' last game. You got Roslovic with Podkolzin on that second line right now, but it could change too. Matt Savoie's on that top line. All could change. Trent Fredericks on that top power play unit. That's how bad things are. And you somehow agree that Zach Hyman should be on Team Canada. So we'll get to that later. I'm sure you've had to hear about.
Zach Hyman being on Team Canada will be heavily influenced by Connor McDavid.
There's your take for sure. And he'll be able to pick who he wants. McDavid, even money, 2 points. Yeah, he's on one right now. Let's talk about Buffalo, Utah. Buffalo minus 190 on the road. Or sorry, Buffalo is plus 160. Utah minus 190. Utah is not a good hockey team right now. They played great out of the gates, and now things have gone bad. But Buffalo, oh Buffalo, this might be the worst rostered team in hockey right now, especially down the middle. Right? Like Kulik's out, Zucker's out, Benson's out. What's his face is in Sweden. Why can't I think of his name? Come on, Josh. Dahlin is back in Sweden.
Yeah.
Buffalo has no road wins on the season, but I'm certainly not running out to bet Utah minus 190. They've taken one of a possible 12 points over the last 6 games, and that came against Buffalo 4 games ago in a 2-1 OT win. So we go Bowen Byram on a point at plus 140. He'll be PP1. Going under 6.5, minus 120. This is falling. This should close at 6. And we're going tie at plus 350. When you got two crappy teams, I think you get crappy hockey. And this is a perfect game that looks like 2-2. Down the middle, this team, tell me if it can get any worse as soon as I bring it up. When you have Ryan McLeod, Noah Ostlund, Tyson Kozak, and Peyton Krebs down the middle. Has you seen anything worse than that?
I mean, not if I tried. I couldn't find anything worse than that. I mean, who's the last? I mean, the Calgary center icemen are better than that. They're last place in the league.
Yeah.
Like, I like Ryan McLeod as a player. But I
He's
don't look him as the number one center iceman. Right?
I don't think Zach Benson was a number one center iceman, but there he was before he went out. I don't think they have one.
That's tough, man.
Not Yuri Kulik, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's tough.
Murderers Row down the middle. No, it's about as bad as it gets. And I'm surprised Jordan Greenway's actually in the lineup. But yeah, I don't even know who was talking about it. I think Bobby Newport was talking about it. The selective point props being put out. Sometimes you get a point prop for a guy, and then the next game he's gone. But yeah, the Europeans, as I mentioned last time, Isaac Rosen and Noah Ostlund. And I think if you look at their names, I think they have funny accents on one of their letters, and I shouldn't say funny, but they do.
What do they call those? What do they call those things?
The double dots over the O's in Sweden.
Yeah, what do they call that? There's a name for it.
Isn't the NHL going to Sweden soon?
In the middle of the season?
I don't know. Aren't they going to?
Actually, I think they're there now. I think Nashville's there right now.
Are they there right now?
Yeah, I think so.
So why are they playing at normal times? I saw them Nashville doing Swedish stuff. That I'm like,
yeah. So when does Nashville play next? They probably don't play till Friday. No game Thursday.
It's an omelet.
Yeah, against Pittsburgh.
There you go. The double dots and omelet.
That game's at 2:00.
Oh, I love afternoon hockey.
The two dots is called an umlaut?
Umlaut. 2 dots, umlaut. There you go. But then you have to go look at Rosen, and Rosen's got an accent aigu, but I don't think it's an accent aigu. Everything's coming back to me. But Buffalo's bad. We're betting against Buffalo. But like that's another game that looks. I'm looking at this game, Carlo, and I'm thinking 2-2 again. Not
okay.
It's 2-2.
Yeah, it's fair. All right. What about the last game?
Let's go. Chicago plus 135 over under sitting at 6. We're going Burakovsky, Bedard plus 120 on the stack. Rather take that than Chicago on the money line. Chicago 3-game winning streak, outscoring their opponent 14-3. Hell of a way to finish off that 6-game road streak after starting at 0-3. Impressive stuff. I think.
Did they sweep Western Canada? They beat Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. Did they not?
They started 0-3. It was a 6-game road trip, right?
Right.
And they went 0-3. And then what? Did they sweep the Canada teams?
Hang on, let me check right now.
You check that out. New Jersey's a 500 team on the road with a negative goal differential.
No, they finished in Detroit. So they beat Vancouver, they beat Calgary, and then they finished in Detroit. The Sunday game in Detroit. Remember the goal that Bedard scored?
Yes.
Ripped my top shelf.
But we should see Knight, who is number 2 in all of hockey in goals saved above expected, and a guy that I talk too much about. And in terms of New Jersey, I think we see Jake Allen. I do like the under in this game, but again, this is another game that I can see 2-2, and I keep saying it, but New Jersey's been in overtime in 3 straight games.
Yeah. I mean, it's true they have, eh?
Overtime, bud. Ties.
Grinding it out.
I know, and it's just they're playing, and Chicago's playing good hockey, and good hockey is more indicative of close games, I think. And and if you cut it, I said that about Utah and Buffalo playing bad hockey. So I just like to talk about my plays and just try to give
very nice, very nice.
Yes. Last thing before I do get going, bring it up. Make a picture of Team Canada. If you did have it, I don't know if you brought it up. Yeah, the tweet that you said, yeah, this is what it looks like. Can you have Celebrini and Bedard on the same team?
I mean, yeah, of course you could. I think the answer is, will they be on the same team? And I actually agree with most of these decisions. I I'm surprised to see Bo Horvat. He was never on my radar on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Tom Wilson. I mean, Tom Wilson's a heavily debated player, but you're removing Seth Jarvis, who's off to a great start. You're removing Konechny, and you're removing Sam Bennett and Cirelli on this team. So you've replaced them with Hyman, Celebrini, Scheifele, Horvat, and Wilson.
Okay.
Suzuki's on there too because Mark Stone's off. So I like this team. I mean, maybe there's a debate to be made. You need a Tom Wilson type of player there because it is the Olympics, international rules, and maybe you could benefit from a guy like Connor Bedard being there. I just look at the reason why I feel confident in Celebrini is because Celebrini has shown that he can be really responsible on both sides of the puck.
Okay.
I don't know if I feel like that about Bedard. Yet.
I think you just throw out.
But I don't think there's a bad decision. Like if he is on there, he's on there. If he's not, it'll be discussed. But it'll be. I mean, it's Canada. They won the gold. How can they be criticized?
And but I don't think you sit there and be like, oh, we need this third line checking line. We need the Hagel Cirelli line. No, just it's a nothing. Like it's not a nothing thing. But like for Team Canada, just go. Roll your boys out. Like there's nothing wrong with bringing in young talent. Like look how long it took to get Connor McDavid in an Olympic game. Like get these guys some reps. Don't think too much. But the old brass is probably going to do that. No.
Yeah.
Like Colton Parayko is a guy that I would be happy if he wasn't there.
I mean, I don't know how Aaron Ekblad isn't a guy that they look at. The guy's won 2 Stanley Cups back to back.
Right. Like what were they playing the fourth line at the Fourth Nations? Like 5 minutes a game.
Yeah.
All right.
It's debatable.
Hey, John Miller's in the house. Hit that like button for producer Mick. Suzuki a shoe-in. There. Okay. Is he a shoe-in?
I think so.
Nice.
I think so.
He's ahead of Scheifele in your books?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And is Demidov going to get more power play one time? Or sorry, line one time?
I mean, it looked like it yesterday.
And then they gave up a goal immediately.
Well, I just think that they tried it in a game that was that had gotten away from them, right? So okay, let's see if we can create a spark. They created a spark with him being elevated to the power play one. They've been one of the best power plays in the league since that elevation or since that promotion. Why not try to see if you can ignite your top players to another level?
You gotta love the Marty approach though, too, right? Like don't just hand him the keys immediately. Work for it.
No, work for it. Yeah.
Yes. And he has a very good track record in what he did with Lane Hudson last year too. So absolutely awesome. 2-2 day. Today is 2-2 day. I'll try to find some sort of Chat GPT picture of Carlo wearing a tutu and we'll call it a 2-2 day. I'm sure he's thrilled about that. But let's do that. Got TD bets coming out later. Back on track today. 4-game slate. Ties. If anything happens with the picks, I'll add. So don't forget to bookmark the post I put on X. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo, Puck Props presented by Bet99. Back again here tomorrow, 10 a.m.
See you tomorrow, folks. Ciao.
Scatman, yo Toronto, skimming yo Toronto, yo Toronto.